Hello, my crazy denizens. Welcome to another former network executive reaction. One of the problems with doing only a video or two a week is that it gives me time to think, which is very dangerous. I should not be thinking, and neither should you. Just listen to your advertising overlords and buy the products they beam into your cortex. This is humanity's only remaining function. So, I've talked already about why SJWs in Hollywood hate the Shatner Captain Kirk archetype. One of the vehicles they have been using to do this is Star Trek Discovery. Discovery is a controversial topic that has been discussed to death. But what the hell? Let me add another log to the pyre of this train wreck. First of all, guilty as charged. I'm old, I'm male, I'm white. I saw the original Trek as they were being aired. I'm a fan of Shatner's Kirk. This is already enough to trigger any gender-ambiguous purple-haired basement dweller with metal hardware embedded in their septum. And I'd like to say at the outset, I know there is a YouTube cottage industry pathologically fixated on the desecration, or talking about the desecration of Star Wars, Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, The Witcher, Wheel of Time, and other franchises for whom Todd McFarlane has made action figures for. But we should not forget testosterone-laden content arrives all the time, mostly from Michael Bay. So everyone take a deep breath. But here on TV and streaming land, men seem to be taking a hit. And that's what I want to talk about. There is this fallacy being promoted that Star Trek TOS had always been progressive, which is true, and Discovery is the natural extension or evolution of Gene Roddenberry's Star Trek DNA. Hell, Gene's son, Eugene, is an exec producer on the show, so it must be right, right? No, that is the fallacy part. Let me explain. The crux of my argument is, notwithstanding the fact that there was lots of obvious social change narratives in TOS, some more overt than others, they were very much classic science fiction stories. Science fiction has always been a vehicle to discuss taboo topics, especially by writers living in totalitarian regimes. Sci-fi was a way to sneak the message into a story under the radar. However, the progressive window dressing in Discovery is not science fiction, for the simple reason that society now, for the most part, is not the same society that it was back in the 50s and 60s. Things have improved. Women's rights, race relations, we have gay marriage. Pretty much everything the original Star Trek championed has been advanced. I know people are screaming at me right now. No, it hasn't! Yes, it has. In every measurable way, things have improved on aggregate. Getting back to Discovery, proudly killing off a mouthy, obnoxious white male, as Discovery did, was not science fiction. It was vindictive, spiteful, red-shirting a man who wasn't even wearing a red shirt. Discovery is an anti-male revenge fantasy show. In the few episodes I've dared to sample over the years, I have not seen any of the mouthy insubordinate women, fetal tissue transportation devices, getting punished. And if your big victory is gay relationships or a trans crew member, well, that train left the station a long time ago here on terra firma. And that's the problem. None of it is a shock. Seeing two gay characters kissing is not the same as Kirk kissing Uhura. That had consequences. A big chunk of conservative USA refused to broadcast that episode. No one sees Discovery's progressive and brave moments because of censorship, but because no one is watching the fucking show. Seeing males being red-shirted demonstrates you hate men. The only legit science fiction you've created is a show about a future where women hate straight men. Maybe for not putting the toilet seat back down. But the progressive agenda is not to sit back and enjoy hard-fought victories and shore up weak positions. It's about advancing a scorched earth policy to achieve micro-societal adjustments that the majority are suddenly pushing back on. The original Star Trek had a planet of just women. Yes, Spock's brain was maybe the worst episode ever. And Kirk did fight a woman wielding that big pikey thing who had anti-gravity breasts in the Gamesters of Triskelion. Oh, I forgot about that Ming the Merciless character. Yeah, not a good look. Discovery's bridge, populated mostly with women, is not a victory lap. You are spending way too much time patting each other on the back for your bravery. I fully acknowledge the importance of seeing yourself represented on an influential show. It's extremely powerful. I'm sure you've all heard the story of Martin Luther King telling Nichelle Nichols how important her role as Uhura was to African Americans. I get it. We all get it. Still, Discovery made a big deal about having the first transgender and non-binary characters. We have them now. I've seen them. One cuts my hair. It's not science fiction. I used to play with dolls when I was 5. Star Trek Discovery introduces cisgender male who played with dolls when he was 5. Frankly, I look damn fine as a woman. Maybe the golden age of science fiction is over. There's no more wonder. People are not surprised by anything. When Star Wars: A New Hope hit the screens, we were shocked at the space battles. Now we're bored with special effects. In this context, any space opera is going to have a difficult time igniting the wonder and awe we got from TOS. Still, The Expanse was gripping because it was all about the story and characters, not representation. Who didn't want to be a belter? This red shirting of men was the goal of Disney's Star Wars, and it looks like Amazon's Rings of Powder Puff is heading in that direction also. If Discovery really wants to show its fierce representation, then I would suggest an episode where Michael Burnham beams down to a mysterious planet and battles to death guest star Leah Thomas. Till next time, denizens, be seeing you.
All right. Before you